Hi, Stephen Lovely here for cordcutting.com. Today I want to answer a question that I get all the time. It's a simple one. Do I need a smart TV or do I need a streaming device? A Roku, sometimes people ask, or a Fire TV. Do I need that or do I need a smart TV? Well, the simple answer is that you can't really go wrong either way. And the better answer is there used to be a bigger difference between these two things than there is now. Let me explain. When we first got into streaming, back in 2007 when Netflix was new, there really wasn't a way to watch it on your TV, which was kind of a problem. Netflix knew this. Netflix knew that people don't want to watch TV on their computer all day. They want to watch TV on their TV. Who wouldn't? So Netflix had an idea. They came up with a device that was going to plug into your TV and you were going to be able to watch Netflix on that. It would work kind of like a VCR or a DVD player. You just plug it into the TV, you select that input, and you start watching. That device became Roku. Netflix spun it off because they were worried that other people weren't going to put their apps on the device. They were going to say, oh, Netflix owns this. We can't let Hulu go to this device. So Roku was born. It became its own company, and it was the first of these streaming devices. This was really important back in the day because the idea of a smart TV didn't really exist yet. Every TV was quote unquote dumb. So all you had to do was plug this thing, a glorified little computer, into your TV and use it just like a VCR, like I said, select the input and watch. Later on, TV manufacturers started catching on to this idea that people wanted to watch Netflix on their TV. Not a huge revelation, Netflix was getting bigger and bigger, Hulu had arrived, there were more competitors in the streaming space, so TVs started running a little computer type operating system on them. So instead of just pressing a button to manually shift from input to input, TVs would have a little interface maybe, they would come with some basic apps and they would, brag about their abilities as smart TVs and really build themselves as this next gen tech. But Roku and its competitors, eventually Fire TV from Amazon, kept thriving, and part of the reason for that is, at least back in the day, smart TV platforms were not that great. These are all different operating systems at their core, right? They're basically just like your iPhone or your Android phone or Mac computers or Windows computers. They all have their own little ways they work. So if you're inventing a new streaming service and you want an app on one of these devices, you got to program your app for each of these platforms. You're definitely going to program one for Roku. You're definitely going to program one for Fire TV because those are the ones that everyone uses. You may or may not get around to programming one for Joe Schmo's smart TV company, who has their own special platform that they use. Now, not all smart TV platforms were created equal. Some of them were really good even back in the day. Some of them were paying Google to use Android TV, which is an operating system or platform that works really well on smart TVs and had a ton of apps working on it. But some of them were lousy, so I tended to recommend, until relatively recently, that people go with the external device. It's worth the extra money, I said, plug in a Roku. But the line's really blurred these days. Roku itself has partnered with TCL and some other brands to put its platform on a TV, the Roku Smart TV series. So has Amazon Fire TV, the Fire TV Edition. And more of these smart TVs companies have caught up and started partnering with these better platforms or using Android TV, which is Google's, like I mentioned. The closer these two get, the less difference it really makes. It doesn't mean that you don't need an external device anymore. You could still use one. It works just as well as it always did, and it still does the same basic thing. And in fact, I would still recommend you get one if your particular smart TV, because every TV these days is on some level of smart TV. If your particular one's lousy, you don't like it, the apps aren't available, you don't know what kind of platform it's running, and you kind of find it confusing, then just pretend it's a dumb TV. Plug in a Roku, select the right input, and just deal with the Roku instead of that dumb smart TV platform. But if you're shopping for a brand new device and you're wondering, is there a big difference between getting a Roku TV and a Roku Ultra and combined with a regular TV or whatever? No, I wouldn't worry too much about it. You're really getting the same kind of experience on every single different version of Roku. So the only thing to think about, I guess, is whether or not you want to replace your TV soon, your device soon. Let's say you have an older TV and you're thinking, okay, I'll get a Roku and plug it into this old TV to make it smart. Well, if you're gonna buy a new TV soon anyway, then maybe you consider going with the Roku TV and just getting rid of the old TV and getting an all-in-one solution. On the other hand, when you do decide that you don't want to use that TV anymore or you wanna scrap it and get one that fits better in your room, if the streaming device is built into it, then you lose your streaming device at the same time you lose your TV. Again, not a huge deal. Most TVs are smart TVs anyway, so it's not gonna drastically affect your budget, but it's just something to think about. Maybe you travel back and forth from one house to another, or you have a vacation you like to go on where you like to bring your Roku and plug it into the hotel room's TV or something like that. Obviously, that's something you can't do if you get a smart TV. But these are relatively small little logistical issues compared to the old school problem of smart TVs were bad, which used to be the case and really isn't the case anymore. So the answer might not be super satisfying, but it should at least be comforting, is that whether you go with a smart TV with Roku built in, or Fire TV built in, or Android TV built in, or you go with one of these devices that plugs into a TV, you're getting the same experience and you really can't go wrong either way. Hope that helps. If you got any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments. Thanks for spending time with me. My name's Stephen Lovely here for cordcutting.com. Hope to see you again.